What is going on? We are back in black in the building. Did you just come back? Damn. You mean to tell me we've been doing all this shundo and this nigga ain't returned? And we broke out here. We ain't got no bread. We ain't got no cakes, no cars, no ships, no boats, no pies, no houses. And he ain't came back. We need to have a conversation with the man up above. Because my people out here, we struggling. And that's what I see every day. Roll call. Shout out to everybody out there if they are singing in the choir or teaching Sunday school. I did all that shit. Jesus said, if you go. That type of shit, you know. Them old church hymns and shit. Roll call. Shout out to everybody out there, Arizona. Miss Tanya, Latanya, hey, I see y'all. Shout out to all my siblings, all my peeps. We out here in Vegas doing what we need to do. Working. You better work. Like I said, man, this is funny shit, man. Look, let me tell you something about my family. We are some mean motherfuckers. Niggas will be cool with you in my family. Let your ass don't have no job. Then you gonna come around for a minute. Niggas let you come around for a minute. And then after a while, niggas stop answering. I'm talking about my family. They stop answering the phone in a minute. Siblings and all. Nigga like, hey, why such answer the phone? Shit, that nigga ain't got no job. So shout out to everybody out there, Las Vegas, Nevada. Shout out to the homegirl, Shawnee, Philly. Much power and respect goes out to our family. So shout out to Philly. Shout out to the homegirl, Erica. That's my other sis. Florida in the building. Erica's one who put me on to that one app that what's his name wasn't on. I hate to put his name out there. I don't want to put his name out there, but good brother. He writes some good books, but nigga gonna create a blacking up damn app. And we all on the app, because I'm thinking like, oh, okay, you on this nigga still on YouTube and on Twitter, but telling everybody, yeah, I created my own black. These suck ass niggas. Erica put me on to that, because I was like, this nigga don't ever be on his own app. And she was like, man, I don't fuck with that shit. So shout out to my sis Erica all the way in Florida. Shout out to the homegirl Jerica out of Las Vegas, Nevada as well. And shout out to my OGs, Dave from No Compromise, Choja in the building, and James Youngblood, Tex in the building. I gotta catch James. If you listen to this, man, we gotta link up, me, you, and David, because I need to know all the information so I can start plugging your platform on here. Because I think it's really dope what y'all got to say. And really, y'all niggas need to be listening to David and James. Fuck what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just on here silly. Them niggas be saying some real shit. Hey, if you wanna, look, let me tell y'all something before I continue. Between the homegirl Shawnee, Erica, James, and David, I'm just saying, I'm just using them as an example. Y'all don't need to go to no library. Just listen to one of them niggas. You can listen to James, you can listen to David, you can listen to Shawnee. They read these motherfucking books, and they gonna tell you what it is. David is a goddamn walking encyclopedia. That nigga, I went back and listened to a Twitter space from like 2 years ago. I was like, this nigga, man. I literally went back and listened because I had one saved on my phone. I just wanted to listen to it. That nigga Dave was like, yeah, Warren G. Dr. Leonard Jeffries said, woo woo whoop. I'm like, God damn. I think I only got like one Leonard Jeffries book. Then he was like, who else is he naming? Then he was talking about, oh yeah, Warren G. Amos Wilson, our brother Amos Wilson also talks about, I said, God damn, I think I only got one Amos Wilson book. Then he was talking about Dr. John Henry Clark. I said, this nigga's a walking encyclopedia. God damn. You listen to David sometimes and you make you feel like you ain't read not nearly enough. So shout out to my brother. Shout out to my homegirl, Melina, all the way from North Carolina, aka North Kakalaka. So we got that out the way, man. Thank you for tuning in. Today's episode is going to be about anti-black views or anti-black racism. I don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail, but did y'all see that poster of LeBron James? Eat monkeys, jump like monkeys. Monkey premium cereal. Somebody put that out there. I don't know if it's a joke. I don't know if it's real. I don't know what the fuck it is. But I just wanted y'all to see exactly how they do it. What did Jay-Z say? White nigga, dark nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, still a nigga. So we gonna get into that. We gonna talk a little bit about DEI, that diversity bullshit as well. Let's get it. Man. Don't have me to sing it out here. Let me be the one. Yeah. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. But anyway, shit, I don't do no singing. Man, did y'all see that post? Y'all need to see this poster. I'm reading it. Let's see. The delicious monkey and banana shaped grams are tasted like both chocolate and bananas. The cereal makes you jump 2 to 5 inches higher for about 2 hours after eating. It is a great pre-game meal and is also great for kids. It is fun and the most delicious cereal you will ever eat. I'm just showing y'all, whoever came up with this and whoever did this, y'all know what y'all doing. It almost gets to the point where it's like, okay, system of racism, white supremacy, we see what the fuck y'all are doing. Y'all trying to be funny. And I believe whoever did this or whoever is the welder behind the fire with this little poster, whatever, they know what they doing. They know LeBron James a lot of times does a lot of, a little bit of sandbone. But what athlete doesn't compromise a little bit so he can get paid? They think of the generational wealth. Sometimes I'm very critical of LeBron, athleticism-wise, and I'm critical of him as far as the sandbone sometimes and the not taking the sport serious from my perspective. But that does not negate the fact that I'm not going to sit up here and allow you to draw no goddamn Monkey Man cereal box and put him on the cover of it and think it's funny. And this is how a lot of people view it. Remember that owner for the Golden State Warriors who pushed Kyle Lowry and they only fined him $500,000. He should have been banned for life. You touched a player. But since it was Kyle Lowry and he's a foundational Black American, oh yeah, oh well. These views are very, very, very important for us to understand. And no, it's not an extravagant view and it's not a different view. This is how a lot of the dominant society view us, as jumping monkeys. That's what they view us as. And they ain't gonna change that. I don't care how many billions of dollars you get. You are there for their entertainment. And we gonna realize that. I see we starting to wake up. I look on Twitter, I'm like, oh yeah, niggas ain't playing. Just like niggas ain't playing that. That's why I had to do no Vlad TV thing, because niggas is not playing. That's what I'm saying. We are finding the most simplistic bullshit to get into it about. Everybody putting their 2 cents in it about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Who gives a fuck about Drake? We know Drake is sandbone. We know Drake is catering to the dominant society to get paid. That ain't nothing new. That's old. And people sit up here and get mad about it. Then you had that. I'm going to go down the list. Then you had that. Then you got Shaquille O'Neal's ex-wife, Shawnee Henderson. I watched that clip. That motherfucker was like, shush, hush. That pastor shut that bitch the fuck up. And let me tell you something. Whether y'all agree or disagree, I've been in churches where women just be just crying and yelling and crying to the point where you got to be like, would you shut the fuck up? We can't even hear the service. Now, the Lord ain't moving that way. God damn. And they want to attack you for that. Look, man, churches have been theater. Now, all of a sudden, you can't shush somebody. That's his church. Let him just do whatever the fuck he want to do. Then you like, oh, well, she didn't really love Shaq. Ain't none of these bitches love these NBA players. Why is this? I feel like they're trying to get us to lose focus on what matters most. I don't know about y'all, but that's what it feels like to me for the most part. And the reason why it feels like that is because you start seeing things. You're like, wait, hold on. Okay, they'll do this Monkey Man cereal, and then be like, oh, Pastor Keon Henderson, he shushed a member at the church. What the fuck does that got to do with reparations and replacing the system of racism, white supremacy, and establishing the system of justice? Just like they fucking with Angel Reese. They not fucking with the Caitlin Clark woman, but they gonna fuck with the sister. First of all, none of them WNBA players make a goddamn thing. They make a salary that I make at the goddamn Court Plantation. So I'm like, God damn, man, what is up with all this? It doesn't matter. Anti-black views is anti-black racism. Period. You can't change that. If that's how you view somebody, that's how you view somebody. It's up to you to want to change that view internally by changing the narrative. But a lot of people don't want to change the narrative. A lot of people want to keep the narrative going and then acting like it or going into white fragility mode. You know what I mean? Or not telling us what's being said when we're not in the room like Dr. Frances Welsing teaches about. And when's the last time you've been around somebody and they not telling you what's been said when you're not in the room, and you know they're in the room and they just not saying, or they're lying, they're not telling the truth. A lot of people are like, black folk are like that, because black folk are programmed to look out for black folk. I'm talking about, I would say, independently of whatever your belief system is, you're gonna think individually wise. You're gonna think of yourself first. So all that other bullshit that's going on, that shit is fugazi, man. I just look at this shit, I'm like, are we really talking about Pastor Keon Anderson and how he shushed a damn member? We don't got bigger fish to fry? Then we worried about whether Shaq's ex-wife loved him? What the fuck does that got to do with what's going on in the United States of America today? How they laying off thousands and thousands of people. How black folk have to be in competition with every other racial group just to get a job that they're going to be underpaid at. That's why you like, what the fuck is Warren talking about? You gonna see what I'm talking about. And then they want to talk about DEI training, diversity and inclusion and equity or whatever the fuck that is. That's a bunch of bullshit. The core plantation ain't gonna never, you cannot change the leopard spots. And the core plantation is never going to give or release any type of power or control to any foundational black American. Not in that context. That's just not gonna happen. And I think we gotta be ready for that. Man. You don't think we gotta be ready for that shit? You see all this shit going on. I'm like, okay, so they want to deem Angel Reese some negative person, but Caitlin Clark gonna get all. It's like, oh my God, we see these plays the plays are so horrible, and then you have every other racial group thinking they can speak on behalf of black folk. That's why I'll be waiting. I'll be looking and I'll be waiting for a motherfucker that I know, any type of African motherfucker or whoever it is. I'll be waiting. If they think that they're going to speak on behalf of foundational black Americans, that's just not going to happen. There's so many reasons why it's not going to happen, and that's one of them, because you don't know what it is to be a foundational black American. You don't know that. I'm telling you. I'm looking at the shit and I said, oh, I get it. They did this poster because they don't like LeBron as a billionaire. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I don't agree with what LeBron does. I didn't agree with him allowing them to fire Darvin Ham, but I'm not going to co-sign them doing a Monkey Man poster with him on it. That's called being on code. I know how to put that bullshit to the side. A lot of us do not. A lot of us feel like, this is what a lot of us feel like. A lot of us feel like we can't put it to the side, fuck them and all this other stuff. No, man, sometimes being on code means putting those differences to the side to address the real elephant in the room. And the real elephant in the room is racism is the competition of resources. That's why when I see this stuff, I'm telling you, I was tripping. I was like, why are they talking about Shaq's ex-wife's husband? Like, we didn't even know who he was before this shit. We didn't, okay, maybe he was a mega church pastor. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. That's not on the goddamn. We trying to get reparations. We trying to replace this system and establish a system of justice. And you see all this other sucker shit. I don't know why. Look, she married him. I don't know what the fuck they got going on. A lot of these pastors be marrying women that are not really into the church like that. That is their thing. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. But that is not replacing the system of racism and white supremacy and establishing a system of justice. That's what I believe. I believe a lot of this shit is fugazi. You know what I mean? I believe that if there's 40 million black people in the United States of America incorporated, I believe 30 million of them should own homes and should have stock in 401k, in annuities, in mutual funds, and money market accounts. And even if they don't have all those, I believe 30 million black Americans, foundational black Americans, should own homes. 30 million, not half, 30 million. And then the 10% shouldn't, but they should be aspiring to either buy a home or inherit a home from their grandmama or their granddaddy or big mama. Why is that? Why would we promise 40 acres? See, that's what I'm saying. That's how they get you. Oh, hey, here, we're going to get you your 40 acres and a mule. And you'd be like, all right, cool. And then 2 months later, they up there talking about, hey, but before we give you your 4 acres and mules, nigga, did y'all hear what happened with Shaquille O'Neal's wife? And then now you get to talking about that shit. Now you going down a whole nother rabbit hole. Then they be like, oh, did you hear what happened with Kim Kardashian? That's why a lot of this media and shit, this is some bullshit. Y'all gotta pay attention to what matters most. Cause I'm like, why the fuck they keep, like, even on my news feed, they just keep pushing it. Every other news feed is about Shaq's ex-wife, dude, or her book that she put out, or what she said in the book. And I get maybe what, look, this is entertainment. You don't know if her and Shaq done already had a goddamn conversation and then already said, hey, I'm gonna put this in the book, I'm gonna put that in the book, her read the book. It's all satire. We don't know what the fuck is going on. Then you got Cat Williams. His special was great to me. It went over a lot of people's heads. That's why people didn't like it. It went over people's heads. What do you mean it went over people's heads? Because it was brilliant. It was intelligent. And he was talking about reparations. And you know, anytime we talk about reparations, they gonna say that it was a shitty goddamn performance and blah, 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 and this and that. But let me tell you something. Cat Williams, that show, that set that he did was funny than a motherfucker because he was saying real shit. He wasn't making up shit. And to me, in my personal opinion, what he did was he took street live events and bullshit that has went on, and then he repackaged it and made it funny enough and palatable enough so people could be like, oh damn, he wasn't lying about that shit. Cause go back and watch it again, you be like, damn, that nigga was not lying. People up here thinking a motherfucker's supposed to be instantly funny in 5 seconds and not set up a joke and not do nothing. I was just like, and he surpassed the roast for Tom Brady. That's what I'm saying, man. That's why we gotta understand what it is. These are all distractions. Cause I'm like, what? I'm gonna keep saying this to y'all. David, James Youngblood, Shawnee, Eric, all y'all. Y'all know this on y'all news feeds. Every other news feed is about Shawnee O'Neal or about Shaq or Shannon Sharp. Even with the Shannon Sharp thing, Shannon Sharp and Shaq going back and forth. And it's like, why is it everything but what matters most? Why are y'all not talking about these race soldiers that have infiltrated law enforcement and are shooting and killing young black men with impunity? Why are y'all not shoving that news feed down my neck? Why are y'all not shoving the news feeds down my neck about we're getting ready to bust up racial gangs within law enforcement so we can clean up law enforcement? Why are y'all not shoving that down my throat? But every other chance they want to talk about Big Baby Davis and how he committed whatever fraud or whatever. You think he's the only person that's done that? You don't think it ain't no dominant society people up there trying to run game on healthcare and do that shit? Stop. The biggest of the biggest are crooks and do that. But they want to shove Big Baby Davis down your throat the whole fucking time. You don't see Big Baby Davis crying and trying to avoid it. He made a joke out of it. So let's keep it moving. Then you got, and then let's not get on the political view. Oh my God. If one more black person tell me, man, y'all better leave Trump alone, man, he racist. And then you be like, so Joe Biden's not racist. Well, maybe a little bit, but not like Trump. So which is worse, the 94 crime bill or the bullshit that Trump be doing? Which one's worse out of the two are evils? Oh, well, I don't know, man, but, but fuck that. We got to get Trump out and all this other shit. And I just be like, oh, my God, y'all don't understand, man. This is all order out of chaos. They don't care about that shit at all. They just putting that out there just so motherfuckers can argue about it and wind and repeat. They don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit they putting out there in the media for everyone. They know what their agenda is. And they know people are dumb enough to go with what the media pushes their way. That's why you gotta look sometimes like, why the fuck they keep showing us this shit? Even the Drake and fucking Kendrick shit, it's like, okay, it's a diss. All right, it's a beef. Okay, Kendrick got it. You see niggas literally arguing, screaming, and yelling. I was looking at the Rory and Maul thing. I'm like, I want to tell that brother, nigga, it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep about either one of it. Fuck them. Why are we sitting up here arguing about this shit? That's why when I look at the news, I just be laughing a lot because I be like, man, these motherfuckers, man, they will put everything out but what needs to be put out there. So don't look at the media and the DII and diversity and trade, man, please. Like I said, there's times when we got to wake up. And for anybody to put this poster out about LeBron, whoever created it, whether it was a nigga or a dominant society person or other racial group, shame on you. Shame on whoever allowed this to be put on the internet. Whoever allowed this to be put on the internet, shame on you. If I was able to take it and post it as my thumbnail, shame on you. And y'all get a kick out of that shit and think that shit is funny. And then y'all be the main motherfuckers talking about, I ain't own no slave. I ain't own no slave, but you are a direct beneficiary of slavery. You're winning because of slavery. Your great-great-grandparents made sure that you were able to win because of the color of your skin. So you mean to tell me Thomas Jefferson and all the forefathers, y'all so-called forefathers, no, they were anti-black racists. They created the system of racism and white supremacy, and they were hoping to never establish a system of justice. Thomas Jefferson, Francis Scott Keys, George Washington, all that. So I don't want to hear that. And white people with this, I'm going to say this and I'm going to end mine, y'all. I'm done. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end mine because I was very kind of like, damn, they trying to play games. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end mine. For all you dominant society motherfuckers that think that niggas are lazy, and I quote from Never Caught, the untold story of Una Judge. And I'm not reading nothing. I don't need to read nothing because I remember this shit. George Washington stated he wanted some slaves to help him or some indentured servants. And they found him some white people. And he told them people, I do not want no white people working for me because all they do is bitch, complain, don't get the work done, take all day, and always fucking crying and whining about shit. He said white people are the laziest motherfuckers. I don't want to be bothered with them. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. White people, they the worst. He's like, I don't want them as slaves. They complain, they bitch, they lazy, they slow, they take all day doing the work and they don't get the shit done right. Bring me some niggas. They get it done right, fast, complete, and they don't bitch and complain. So while y'all up here trying to put this narrative out that niggas are lazy, well, why don't you go talk to George Washington's family because he thought otherwise. I'm done. Guilty nigga. Enjoy your day. Peace.